sign it on the body.
There it is.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're the man, bro. Good luck.
All right.
Nonito, you get that post-weigh-in fight million?
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah? What was it?
Long time ago. Just lasagna, lots of fruits.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of bone broth. You know, you gotta start a salad as well.
Yeah.
Start easy, you know, and then we get the steak tonight. You know.
You can't really pick your meal right now because you're in the bubble, or do you?
I have my own meal.
Okay.
I made sure that we have stuff to get our stuff. You know, to to facilitate to my normal routine. You know, of after weigh-in and before fight.
Yeah. Nonito, man, this is going to be another good fight for you. If you can get the win, man, it'll just add to your legacy, to your resume. I was talking to Rachel about your longevity the other day, man. Can you just touch on that? And she was mentioning a lot about how you take care of yourself and you don't let your weight go up and
Right.
Just how you live your life, you know. It's all based around your professional boxing career.
Well, that's the thing is that, this is my job, this is what I do, and this is what I want to do. You know, if I start to do something different else and lack the discipline, then that I can say that I'm not taking care of myself and I'm not taking care of my job, right? You know, and of course, to facilitate all of that, my wife has done a lot of it. Rachel has done a lot of stuff to a point where it becomes a lifestyle for my whole family. You know, for her, for me, and even my kids. You know, they know that they have to work out every day. You know, they know that they have.
You're instilling that in them already.
Oh, yeah. You know, they have different food every day that are, they have a vegetable day. They have all this other stuff to just have a different digestive going. You know, and introducing to different food. You know, all of that stuff is just being healthy and understanding your body. It's one key factor, but. You know, it came to a point where, we just had to keep learning how to do it. You know, we've done our blood test to see what we're intolerable to, our food intolerant test to what we can eat and what we should avoid, stuff like that. So, I mean, all of that, it's just becoming more scientific, but ultimately it's allowing me to be at the best and optimal shape that I can be in the fight.
Exactly, the results look good to me. It looks like it's working. I got to ask you about Saturday. You're going head up with Devin Haney versus Haney-Linares. Do you want to give your thoughts on that matchup, and how do you feel about going up with the younger? It looks like Devin Haney is his time now or whatnot. It's just
Linares is a good friend of mine. You know, I've seen Haney growing up when he was just in my this size. Very right here. You know, he was 12, I think. So I've seen him grow up. You know, I've seen him be the person that he is, and then I've seen Linares as well being at the top and then up and down. And I think that Linares is just one of those guys that you can't underestimate. Sometimes he shows up, most of the times he shows up, and sometimes he doesn't. But I think in this fight he's very motivated, and I think the best Linares is going to come out for this fight. And Haney has to understand and grow from it. He's still in his growing state. Linares is at the level where I am, where we're just have to have each day a good day.
Yeah, if Devin does get the win, I know you're focused on your fight, but if Devin gets the win, is he the guy, man, that can potentially carry the sport one day? I know that a lot of people compare him to Floyd Mayweather. His admiration for Floyd Mayweather is obvious, but does he have the stuff? Do you think that he can one day carry the sport?
It's Mayweather didn't become Mayweather until the later years. So at his age and time, you can't say or gauge that in the moment. He still have a lot of guys in front of him that are really amazing as well. You got all those other guys.
Yeah.
And he needs to, he just needs to come in fight by fight and prove that he's on that way. But that's a road that he has to step in.
As you mentioned, Mayweather didn't become Mayweather until the later stage of his career, and therefore everything's accomplished. It allows him to prolong his career and pick and choose now what he wants to do. Nobody can really point the finger at him because he fought everybody. June 6th, he's fighting Logan Paul. I was asking Rachel about it. She gave her thoughts. You want to give yours, man, and just give us your take about how you're a veteran fighter. You've been through it all. You've made the big purses. You've had the big wins. And then here comes Logan Paul getting a Mayweather fight. And
I'm an old school kind of guy. the fights I enjoy is the fight like the Castillo Corrales fight, you know, De La Hoya Trinidad or Vargas Trinidad, Vargas De La Hoya, you know, that's the kind of fight that I grew up into. And granted that these guys, you know, everybody has their own ways of looking at things. This is how I look at mine. This is how I look at boxing, you know. For that, you know, they're bringing in new people, and I appreciate that, you know. And however it may be, you know, that's just how it's going to be. I mean, I'm not here to say anything disrespectful or anything bad about it. I mean, it's still putting people in, but for my personal preferences, I like fights that like the last one, the Ramirez Josh Taylor fight. I mean, that was an incredible fight, you know. So those are the fights that I look at because I've always been that way, you know. But the new generation can attest different or can say different, you know. But that's on their own thing, you know. But this is just who I am. This is how I enjoy boxing, is looking at it in that particular way of fighting as compared to entertainment.
I know I'm crazy to even ask, but does Logan Paul stand a chance? Will he even land a solid punch on Mayweather? Do you think he has that in him, or do you even know who he is or how he's preparing himself and all that?
No, I mean, well, his maximum is 160 or something, right?
190.
Or 190.
Yeah, Floyd's is 160, I think.
Okay, well, Floyd can't make weight. He's a smaller guy, but you know, 190 is a big weight, you know, and it makes it very different, you know, being in there, and he just can't underestimate that. Will he be able to land a punch? You know, depends on how he comes out there. You know, I think that if he comes out there and bossing Floyd out, he might be able to land those big punch. But if he's gonna allow Floyd to dictate the fight, you know, then Floyd is gonna be. I mean, Canelo had problems. You know, granted Canelo was still young, but he still had difficulties hitting, you know, Mayweather. I mean, you have Pacquiao, you have all these guys who have difficulty hitting Mayweather. You know, but ultimately it all comes down to it. You just got to go for broke if you want to land something. But if you allow Mayweather to dictate the fight, he can see everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Last thing, Nonito, I got to ask you about the sport. Is there anybody out there that's caught your eye that you think could potentially carry the sport as the next cash cow? I know Canelo right now is in the forefront. Whenever he fights, everybody stops and watches. But in terms of the younger crop, is there anyone out there that stands out to you and you think, okay, this guy might be next?
You know, I mean, I mean, there's a few guys out there that are very entertaining, you know, and they're, you know, I mean, it's just difficult this generation because sometimes the money talks more than the want to fight. You know, for me, it was always me wanting to fight. You know, so I can't say how they are, but I know that there's a lot of talent coming up. It's just a matter of how much they are willing to fight each other. That's pretty much it.
Those names, do you want to name them, and any kind of fights that you want to see moving forward from the sport, man?
I just want to, you know, I just got my food, so my brain cell is just saying, hey, bro, you need to take a nap. You know, I mean, I can't name guys, but I know I've seen a couple of them, you know, a few of them, you know, with great, amazing style, with great power and all that stuff. I mean, sometimes you never know that, you know, out of the woodwork, somebody comes out like I did, you know. So you know, but to be able to have that is fighting the best. That's it.
All right, cool, Nonito, I'll let you go. It looks like you got to get some best, man. Thank you. Appreciate the time, and good luck tomorrow. Thank you.